Who's excited? Well, how many of you guys found me on TikTok Live? Who found me on the TikTok Live? I want to know. Who found me on Facebook? Who found me on the IG? Who found me? In the chat right now. TikTok. Okay, let me go to the iPhone 147 first before I do anything else. And Zoom user, I need your name. Put in the chat so I can change it when you start Spanish, okay? All right, iPhone 147 is Heather. Heather is with us. Let's give a shout out for Heather. Let's go. Vamos. All right, if you're in the TikTok, there's close to 100 of you guys here on TikTok Live. If you want to join us, our Fluency Friday Masterclass is absolutely free. Click on the link that you see right here, and you can be inside of our Zoom because we're about to practice on Spanish. Si quieres aprender español, si quieres practicar tu español, aquí es una oportunidad donde tú puedes hablar. Okay, so this is a chance where you can finally speak Spanish, feel confident, and visually see my PowerPoint as well. Okay. So we got Anthony, we got David, we got Heather, we got Jalisa, we got CW, we got Connie, we got Dorothy, we got Andrea, we got Anthony, we got Beverly, we got Calita, we got Danny. Andrea's with us, Anthony's with us, Beverly's with us, Caleta's with us. We got Chanel with us. We got Danny with us. Heather, Jalisa, Jessiana, Kim, Lori. Go, Lori. I see you, Mama. Keisha, Nicole. I got Nini in the house. Nini was with me in my Facebook. I'm sorry, in my TikTok Live yesterday. Guys, we had so much fun, Nini, right?
We did.
Well, now you're here in the Zoom with me. I'm super excited about that. Perfecto. We got, who else we got here? I love seeing the picture of you, right, Nini? Now that you're in here and you see I'm real here. I'm not just on the TikTok Live. I'm literally here in this Zoom with you, and I love that. Preciosa's with us. Rachel's with us. Shauna's with us. Sherry's with us. ¿Quién más está con nosotros? We got Ty with us. We got Walter and Zanithia's with us. Xanthia, sorry, I apologize. Xanthia's with us. So I'm so happy that you guys have taken the time out to be with me today. So let's go ahead. We're going to start officially. And for every single one of you guys that are here on my TikTok Live, bienvenido. Welcome. We're about to get started with our master class, and I cannot wait. I've got so many things in store for you guys. I've been changing things up a little bit because I just feel like, you know what? Why not? Right? How can we make this better? How can we make it more engaging? We have that fluidity where we can change the game and how we teach this language, how we present language learning, right? Excited to speak. So I'm going to go ahead right now and I'm going to mute everyone, and you will have a chance. I promise you, you will have a chance. Okay. All of you guys that are in the Zoom right now will have a chance to speak Spanish. Okay. But for the meantime, just so we have no feedback, everyone's muted, right? So if you come in and you unmute yourself, just know you're going to be muted so we don't have feedback as I'm teaching. All right. So I see you guys right there. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let's get started because we have 75 of you guys on the TikTok Live ready to go. And we have about 30 of you guys. It's 100 of us right here inside of our masterclass. So let's go ahead and get started with our class because without further ado, you're officially in our class session, okay? Give yourselves a hand and welcome to our Fluency Friday Masterclass. If you've been really wanting to learn Spanish and you don't know where to start, this is the place to start. So Spanish confidence over perfection is what I love to teach about. No one's doing it. No one's teaching it like the way I'm teaching it. And I have a Lucas method that's been proven for my phrase first method that has really helped people finally get the confidence to speak it. You're actually going to learn a little bit about that today. So by the end of today's masterclass, you're going to speak Spanish confidently in the first 15 minutes, okay, of our time together. You're going to discover why you've struggled learning Spanish. You're also going to learn the fastest path to becoming conversational. How many of you guys put in the chat right now have been wanting to be fluent in Spanish, but just haven't had the opportunity? No one's presented it to you. No one said, hey, did you know you can get fluent in Spanish? Put in the chat right now. If you said to yourself, man, it would be amazing if I could just have a simple conversation, right? Well, you're learning that today, okay? I love it. I love it. I see you guys in the comment section right now. If you want to join us and you are in our masterclass right now, looking on TikTok live, but you can't see the PowerPoint and you want to see the PowerPoint and you want to see other people learning Spanish with you, click on that link that you see in the TikTok live, get registered. You're going to get a Zoom link sent to you so that you can be a part of our fiesta. Let's go. You're also going to leave believing fluency. You're going to know that you know it's possible for you. Okay. Not for the person next to you, not just me over here being fluent by myself. But today I want to answer one question. Okay. The question is this: why do some adults become conversational while others study for years and they never speak it? Right. And this is a phenomenon where people are just like, how come it just doesn't come easy for me? Am I just not good at languages? Is that you? Is that you? Put it in the chat right now if you have said to yourself, I just don't think I'm good at. Like maybe I'm just too old. Maybe I'm the wrong skin color. Maybe I don't have the last name that's a Spanish last name for me to connect, right? Maybe it's just not for me, right? Or maybe I have a learning disability and I just think I just can't grasp it, right? Let me tell you, this is normal in the process of learning, okay? Yes, it can be overwhelming with grammar rules. Yes, it can be overwhelming with verb conjugations, but the goal for you to know today is that it's it's possible for you, right? It's possible for you. So let me show you how it's possible. So why do most adults never become conversational? Let's talk about it, okay? You are not the problem. David, Beverly, Danny, sometimes we think we're the problem of why it's not coming out correctly, why we're not registering it correctly. And that's where we start to shut down because we think it's just us, right? Put in the chat right now if you said that to yourself. You're like, dang, it's just me, right? It can't be Spanish and it can't be the teacher, right? It can't be Rosetta Stone. It can't be language apps, right? Well, this is traditional learning. I'm breaking it down right now. If you want to come join us in the Zoom room and actually visually see what I'm teaching, you're more than welcome to join us for free. Here it is. Here's the link. Go ahead and get into our live, or you can just stay right here on TikTok. But listen, traditional learning is what? Memorizing vocabulary. Put in the chat, put yo if you thought that you had to memorize, right? Studying grammar first. Put in the chat, yo, if you're like, yep, I thought that way, right? Or maybe you translate it in your head. That's the traditional way of let me think in English first and then let me just try and figure it out in Spanish, right? When English has nothing to do with Spanish, okay? Think about that. Two separate languages. It's almost like you're trying to incorporate, like you're on the freeway and you're trying to merge two lanes at the same time, right? What are we going to have? Traffic, right? We're going to have traffic because there's two lanes merging and that's going to slow the process. No, we got to have one lane Spanish, one lane English. Does that make sense? Or you have the fear of making mistakes. How many of you guys have felt fear? Put in the chat right now if you're like, I just don't want to make a mistake. I'm just so self-conscious that I want to be perfect at it, right? Or you just wait until you're ready. But when are you really going to be ready, right? But then on the other end, let me tell you what makes Speak Spanish Easy a little different is the Lucas method. This is what we do. We speak first. We have real conversations. Confidence is through the roof because people are finally speaking, okay? And there's real phrases going on and there's weekly progress. What I love about this Lucas method that I've put together is showing people, write this down. Lucas method is showing people that they can finally speak Spanish with phrases and have conversations. If you don't get nothing else out of this masterclass today, I want you to understand that it's about you speaking the language and having a full conversation. Now, how many of you ever thought maybe I'm just not good at Spanish? Put in the chat right now if that's you. You said that to yourself. You're like, I'm just at the point where I want to give up. I downloaded, that workbook on the TikTok shop, I did all the things that they said to do. I even did the flashcards, okay, Professor Chris. I tried to memorize the verb conjugations and I got lost in the difference between imperfect and conditional, right? If that's you, I want to tell you, you're not alone, okay? Let's go ahead and let's adjust and let's figure out what type of learner you are. Right now, you can put in the chat on TikTok Live you can be able to find out your language learning journey of how you learn. Because there's 3 types of students that I've taught and that have gotten fluent in less than 90 days through my proven Lucas method. And these are the 3 type of learners that I get. And you're probably one of these 3 people. The first one is the silent learner. If that's you, you know Spanish, right? But you freeze when it's time to speak. Is that you? Are you number 1? Are you the silent learner, right? Are you the silent learner? Put in the chat right now, put a number 1, numero uno, if you can relate to that. If you can say, man, yeah, that's me. Like I literally have done all the work. I minored in Spanish. I, went to a Spanish speaking country, right? Like I did all the things and I am still not fluent. Or are you number 2, numero dos, the perfectionist? This is somebody who actually waits until every sentence is perfect before speaking. If that's you, put in the chat right now. I want you guys to get so excited to know that you are being heard, you are being seen right now because you are figuring out what type of learner you are. Let me go ahead and check. Let me see so far. Who's in the chat? Let me see. We got Heather, who identifies as a number 2. Número 2, a perfectionist. We got Rachel, number 2. We got Nicole. We got Sean as a número 1, a number 1, a silent learner. Who else is a silent learner? Yes. Okay. Heather's like 1 and 2. Okay. That's what's going on. You can be more than 1. I promise you can be more than 1. But think about it, you guys. Once you understand how you learn, right? It's a game changer. The silent learner, the perfectionist, and the last one that I see all the time. Come into my masterclass, come into my TikTok lives, and then the forgetful learner. These are the ones that learns in class. They're so pumped. They're like, yes. I put over side of Chris in my corner. I'm learning the languages. I'm getting the Spanish phrases, and it's so fun. And then what happens? You forget everything that I taught you by next week. Okay. That's just the reality of it all, right? Where life just be like that and life gets busy. And you're like, "What did she teach me? I know she said something. No, she did her part. I know she taught me something." Right, David? Like literally, we can get to that point to where we're saying to ourselves, I really want to do this, but it's not sticking, right? I can't remember everything. And so are you numero uno? Are you the silent learner? Are you the perfectionist, right? Número 2. Are you the forgetful learner? Put it in the chat right now. I want to identify you and let you know that you are okay. Okay. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way that you learn, right? It's the type of way that you learn. So let's go ahead and see who else we got that's in our 3. We got Connie that says uno, dos, tres. Okay, that's what Connie says. We got David here at 2 and 3. Okay, we got Nicole at dos y tres, right? A mix of 2, right? We've got Nzinga with número 3, right? We got Rhonda at número 3. And I want to tell you that that's okay. Is it okay that you understand that there's a way that you learn? And once you understand how you learn, you can combat it. So the silent learner can be somebody that says, you know what? I'm knowing the Spanish, but I have to get over myself. I've got to stop freezing and finally start speaking it. The perfectionist, you literally have to just pretend that you're around people that love you, that care about you, and want to see you succeed, and you're finally going to speak it, right? Forgetful learner is I need you to write this thing down. Okay, I need you to write down everything I say. I need you to practice it, and I need you to hone in on what it is that I'm sharing with you, and then finally start speaking it, okay? But there's nothing wrong with you. You simply just need a different approach. Is this making sense to you? Put that in the chat right now. This is making sense to you. Like nobody has ever told me that I'm a certain type of learner, right? If that's you, put it in the chat because right now I need you to understand that this is the approach that you need to come with every single time you learn Spanish. Does that make sense? All right. Well, as you guys know what type of learner you are, but who wants to know who's the teacher, right? Who's the one that's going to lead me to the fluency promised land, that's going to get me to that place to finally feeling confident to speak it, right? And that's why I created Speak Spanish Easy. I'm Professor Chris, the founder and CEO of Speak Spanish Easy, and I've been teaching Spanish for 20 plus years, helping busy adults just like yourself speak Spanish with confidence. I was featured on Telemundo as one of the top Afro-Latina professors here in the nation, where I am finally helping people to get from grammar rules and verb conjugations to now finally having full-on conversations in Spanish in a restaurant. Okay, that's what they're doing. And I'm the creator of the Lucas method that you're going to be learning today. Okay, I'm going to teach you all my secrets. Okay, I'm showing you my whole hand. Okay, so you know how I get people fluent in less than 90 days. Also, I've helped thousands of students break through the fear of speaking. And I feel like that's where people miss the mark, is they say, well, if I just focus on learning and learning and learning, then I can speak it. But when I tell you that it's not just about learning, it's about you finally speaking it, you have to hear your own voice speak it for it to become your reality. So my mission isn't to teach perfect Spanish. So if you're in this class and you're like, can you just tell me diferencia de saber y conocer, right? If you're looking for answers, this isn't the right class, okay? Go ahead and just get out right now. You're looking for grammar rules. You're looking for verb conjugations, okay? I don't want you to be perfect in Spanish. My mission is to help you confidently connect with people. How many of you guys have heard someone who learns English and it's broken English, but they get their point across, right? That's what it's like in Spanish. And so that's the goal. So the belief right now, let me tell you, put in the chat right now if this is making sense to you. You're like, all right, she got her credentials. She got her bachelor's in Spanish literature. She got her master's. She knows what she's talking about. She's done helped hundreds of people, right? Finally get fluent in Spanish in less than 90 days. Well, before I teach you today's two phrases you're about to learn today, okay? There's one belief that needs to change for everyone, okay? And this is what has changed for me as a teacher, where I learned Spanish. I was fluent in Spanish and failed my first high school Spanish test. And that's how I knew that something's wrong with this system, right? And so I need us to shift how we think about Spanish and conversation. And I want us to start speaking Spanish and not think about how perfect it is, right? I want it to be messy. My husband is cooking right now. He's cooking a wonderful dish. And you know what? It's messy in the kitchen. That's why I'm up here in my office. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't deal with the mess. I'm a perfectionist. You see what I'm saying? But when I tell you that meal's about to come out so clean, so nice, so yummy, right? But it's a mess in the kitchen because that's the only way to make a good meal, right? How many of my cocineros are in the house right now? How many of you guys cook and you know you try your best to keep the kitchen clean, right? Put in the chat right now if you're like, yep, she's right. When you're cooking, it's messy, right? Things get on the floor, on the counters, everything's a mess. We got flour on the counter, all the things, right? This is how it is speaking Spanish, okay? But if you think about the person on the other side listening to you, it's for them to feel seen, for them to be heard, for them to feel helped because of you, right? And so before today, most people believe that perfect Spanish creates confidence. How many of you guys believe that? That if you're like, if I'm just perfect, then I can finally speak it. If every word that comes out of my mouth is perfect. Cuando estoy hablando en español, si todo está perfecta, ¿sabes qué? Mayormente de las palabras que estoy diciendo en este momento, right? It's not perfect, but you know what? I'm speaking it, right? Today, you're going to discover confidence creates better Spanish, right? And that is your belief shift. How many of you guys are shifting right now in your mindset? Like, okay, I can do this. Like, I literally can do this because I'm going to mess up and it's okay, right? Put in the chat right now if you're like, yes, yes, see, she's speaking my language. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and let's dive into the Lucas method because this is where the rubber meets the road, okay? In the Lucas method, you're not going to find grammar rules that's going to get you fluent. You're not going to find verb conjugations that's going to get you fluent. Memorizing 3,000 Spanish words is not going to get you fluent. The road towards Spanish fluency is the Lucas method. Write this down somewhere. Learn the method. As you're speaking Spanish, as you're studying Spanish, as you're practicing Spanish, have this in the back of your mind, okay? On repeat, the Lucas method. This is my phrase first system that I teach all of my students that helps them actually speak Spanish with confidence. So let's go over the first one here. And this is a quote that I want to share because some of my people on TikTok don't see this. So I just want to tell you my quote is fluency isn't built by memorizing more words, okay? It's built by speaking more often. If you agree, put in the chat right now if that makes sense to you. The more I speak, the more I will build the confidence, right? And I will become fluent. All right, first step. The L in the Lucas system. Guess what it is, you guys? Listen. Listen attentively. Put it in the chat right now. I want you to put L. Listen attentively. The more you can listen to this language, the more you can hear it's different from English, different from Italian, different from French, right? And you can say, Spanish is being spoken. I had a student actually experience that yesterday, and hopefully you get to hear from them when they come in. But I want to tell you that listening is the first step to fluency. Think about a baby. What do they do for the first 9 months to a year? What are they doing listening to their parents, their grandparents, whoever's taking care of them, right? They're listening to the words that are coming out of their mouth. They're not opening up a textbook. They're not looking at grammar rules. The mother is saying, say mama, right? And the daddy is saying, no, say dad, right? And so they're listening to the sound. Does that make sense to you? That's the first step to fluency in any language, not just Spanish, right? French, Portuguese, whatever you want to learn. You could be a polyglot, okay, and learn 5, 6 languages. You have to first listen. It can't be gibberish to you. It's got to be specifically Spanish, okay, that you're focusing in on. Now, the second step to the Lucas method is the U, and that is to understand Spanish, okay? We're going to understand it with passion. The more you understand what you're listening to, guess what's about to happen? It's a game changer. It's a game changer. If I say, ¿Dónde está el baño? Right? You may not understand ¿Dónde está, right? But you understand baño. Put it in the chat. What is baño? Baño, 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 baño. Put it in the chat right now. Baño. What am I saying? You're listening to me. You're understanding. What does baño mean? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. That's right. Bathroom. Yes, you get it. You understand, right? Well, guess what happens after that? Some of you guys are just stuck right here at listening and understanding. You're like, you know what? Profesora, I understand everything you're saying, girl. I understand every single word you're saying, but I cannot speak it. Have you said that to yourself? Yes? Well, let me tell you, you got to get past that and go to the C, which is communicate effectively. Put in the chat right now, C, communicate effectively. The more that you know how to communicate, the more you'll feel like I'm having a conversation, right? You ask a question, you answer a question, you speak something, and then somebody speaks back to you. Does that make sense? Oh, I got a text. Who is there? We got, who's registered? Who's trying to get into our masterclass right now? We got Addie. We got Addie coming on in. Come on in, girl. Come into our masterclass so you can see this PowerPoint, okay? Let me go ahead. If you're on TikTok right now and you're like, I really want to get in this class. Well, it's free. Go ahead and click on this link and get registered. You're going to get the Zoom link, okay? All right, perfecto. So we went over the L in the Lucas system. Put in the chat, what does the L stand for the steps towards fluency? What does the L stand for? Yes, you got it. To listen, right? What does the U stand for? What does that help us to do? When we listen to something, we then understand it, right? We can understand what it is, right? That we're listening to. Then guess what happens? That leads us to the C, which is to communicate. Put in the comment section right now. C is to communicate. The more we can speak the language and communicate it effectively, then the more we will be able to have conversations in Spanish and not be so, like intimidated to finally speak it, okay? Now, the fourth step that I want to share with you guys is a pivotal one. This is for my perfectionists. Where's numbers 2? Who's my perfectionist? Who are my perfectionist learners? Because the A is where you need to be, okay? The A is where you need to overcome yourself. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the A. This is for my perfectionists, okay? These are people that are truly, truly wanting to learn this language, but they are fearful to mess up. They just want it to be perfect coming out. So the A in the Lucas system is to assess your results. That means you can only assess something once it's done, right? If you take a test, it's assessment time once the test is over, and then you get the grade, right? The score. Well, you should be assessing yourself as you're speaking, right? So when you assess yourself, that means you may say something in Spanish and listen to what you say, and then you self correct. How many of you guys have done that before where you said a word and then you corrected yourself because you knew that it was the wrong word that you said, right? So assessing your results is reading. Maybe you're reading Spanish and you say it wrong and then you try again. That's what assessing your results is all about. The more you feel comfortable with making mistakes, with knowing that you're not going to be perfect, knowing that it's going to be okay. The world's not coming to an end because you made a mistake. All right. It's just like a little baby. We don't tell a little baby that's trying to walk, right? Like they're trying to take a step and they fall. We don't say, get up, what's wrong with you? Right? We encourage them. We say, you got this. Come on, let's go. Right? We encourage them. So that's the environment that I created with my VIP community where people are excited to feel no judgment, right? To feel like they're doing something right and progressing forward. Which leads me to the last step, okay? The last step of the Lucas method where I finally get people fluent in Spanish is through the S. And that is to speak with confidence. How many want to get to the promised land and do the S in the Lucas system, which is to speak Spanish with confidence? Every time you speak, they're listening. And people are finally saying, yes, I can do this. Sí, puedo hacerlo. Puedo hablar en español. ¿Sabes qué? Mayormente de ustedes quieren hablar en español. The Lucas method teaches confidence first. Does that make sense? The more confidence you have is based on how you go through the Lucas method. Has this helped you? Put in the chat right now. If you're on TikTok, if you're in the Zoom right now and you're like, dang, nobody's telling me that this is the promised land blueprint, right? Like no one told me this is the way to get fluent in Spanish, right? Are you listening to the language? Are you understanding what you're listening to? Are you communicating effectively? Are you assessing yourself and are you finally speaking? If you're not doing all 5 of those things, you are not becoming fluent in Spanish. Does that make sense? You're just not. If you can say, you know what, I can speak it, but I don't understand, then guess what you need to work on? You need to work on understanding. Okay. You need to first listen and then understand. Okay. So does that make sense to you? Let's focus on the deficits. Let's focus on the areas where you need to really hone in and perfect, right? All right, who's ready to learn Spanish with me? Because we're about to learn together, okay? This is the fun part here. These are the phrases, and let them not, be like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Okay, let me tell you, these phrases I put together, if you want to join us and you're on TikTok Live right now and you're like, I want to see the phrases. I'm a visual learner. If that's you, you need to visually see the phrases. You got to come into our masterclass right now. You're going to get the link in your email, but first you need to register. Put your name, your email address, and thank you. You like my green shirt? Thank you. Gracias. Okay, so you're going to go to this link. Those that are trying to get into the class, go to this link right here, and then you can practice with us. I'm actually going to do something a little different today. I'm going to do a 1-minute breakout room. Every single one of us are going to speak Spanish together, okay? So here we go. Who's ready to practice Español conmigo? Because this is the time when you get to unmute your mic. Unmute your mic, and you get to speak Spanish, okay? Beverly, Walter está con nosotros. Hola, Walter. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien, profesora. Oh, my goodness. Es mi placer. Escuchen. Gracias a todos.
Walter's part of our VIP community speaking that Espanol. You better go. All right, we got Mimi and Beth. I see you. All right, let's go ahead. Mira. These are the phrases we're going to focus on. Zanthia, look it. Phrase number 1, person A. Okay, think about this. Person A. You're going to say this. This is if you're meeting somebody for the first time. This is what you can say to them. Okay, go ahead and mute your mic. Everybody mute your mic at this time. Mute. And you'll have a chance. I promise you, you'll have a chance to speak in just a minute. But let me go over this real quick so we don't have any feedback. In English, I want you to say this with me in English. It's such a pleasure. Say it with me. Don't unmute just yet. Just say it in your head. It's such a pleasure to finally meet someone who is also learning Spanish. That's what you're about to say in Spanish, you guys. So is it? Savante, I see you. Come on in, girl. Come on into our masterclass so you guys can see the phrases. If you're just now joining us and you're trying to get connected, go ahead and go to this link that you see right here. I'm about to give it to you right here. Get into the link register with your name and your email and phone number, and then you guys can get a link sent to your email. Thank you. I see Corey joined from the TikTok live. Go ahead and come on in because we're about to practice right now these phrases and you can visually see it. Okay. Right now I'm on my laptop. Okay. So you guys can see it. All right. So listen, now I want you to unmute yourself. I just wanted to show you in English that this is something that's attainable. This is something that you have a truth about, right? Because the person that you're going to talk to is going to say this. Es un placer. Everybody say it with me. Es un placer. Es un placer. Ajá. Conocer. Está
aprendiendo
Español.
español. Muy bien. Give yourself a round, you guys. You guys are speaking the español. All right. So this is how it sounds when you're saying it, okay? Because all I want you to do is take a screenshot of this. If you're on Zoom right now, I want you to take a screenshot of both of these so you have it when you are in your breakout room, okay? So you know exactly what to read. I'm not expecting you to memorize it in like 2 seconds, okay? So go ahead and I want you to listen to me now so you can hear the pronunciation, okay? So it sounds like this. You see this comma right here? This comma is a break for you to finally pause, okay? So you're going to hear a pause before I go to the second part. So the first part is, es un placer conocer por fin a alguien. And then I pause and I say, que también está aprendiendo español. Do you hear the rhythm of how I say that? Right? So who wants to try that? Who wants to try from es all the way to español? Who wants to just read what you see? Okay, go ahead. Danny, vamos.
Is it the whole thing right now?
Es to
Okay.
español. I'm putting you in the
Okay.
swimming pool. Go, jump.
Es un placer conocer por fin a alguien que también está aprendiendo español.
Can you give her some love in the chat right now? Was that exciting? How did that feel, Danny, to say this phrase?
I don't know because remember
Oh, that's right.
como que
Yes,
di-
like you had the
I
Spanish, you lost it, now it's
yeah,
coming back, right?
exactly. So I understand todo, pero a veces me
Sí,
olvide
a veces
mi palabra.
la palabra no suena bien, ¿verdad? Cuando estás
Sí,
hablando en
sí.
español. Ya sé, ya. ¿Sabes qué? Es totalmente normal, okay? It's so
Mm.
normal. Don't you worry about it. But the fact that you're coming in and you're finally, like you stop riding the bike, right? And then years come back and you ride it, muscle memory comes back. So that's why you sound so amazing. Let's give some love to Danny. All right, awesome. So look, we've got that phrase one. It's such a pleasure to finally meet someone who is also learning Spanish. The phrase number two is the person be. Okay. This is where you can actually do an affirmation. You can share with somebody how you believe and how you feel as you're learning this language with me right now. Okay. And you can say something like this in English. We say, I'm excited because every week I feel more confident speaking Spanish. This may not be your reality like 30 minutes ago, right? But this is your reality now and moving forward into learning Spanish with Speak Spanish Easy. Okay. And if you identify as a female, whenever you see an at the end, you're going to say the So emocionada, okay? Segura. If you identify as a male, you would say emocionado, right? And then seguro. Does that make sense? So that's why you see those there. Let's go ahead and let's say this phrase together. To say I'm excited, you would say
Estoy emocionada.
estoy emocionada. Everybody say it with me. Estoy emocionada.
Estoy
Estoy emocionada.
Perfecto. I'm excited. And
Emocionada.
because is por qué. Everybody say por qué.
¿Por qué?
Okay.
Por qué. Muy bien. And then cada
¿Por qué?
semana is every week. Everybody say cada semana.
Cada
semana.
Cada
Cada
semana.
semana.
Muy bien. Cada
Cada
semana is every week. Okay? Every week. Cada semana. Then we take a break because of that comma. Do you see the comma there?
Yes.
And then we're going to say me siento, which means I feel. Everybody say it with me. Me siento.
Me siento.
Me siento. Very good. Me siento más. Everybody say me siento más. I feel more.
Me
siento mal.
Very good. If you're a male, you're going to say what? What are you going to say if you're a male?
Seguro.
There it is. If you're a female, what do you say?
Segura.
Segura. Very good. So everybody say what they say. Okay.
Segura.
Very good. And then seguro is just
Hablando
Hablando
español.
yes. Español. Perfecto. All right. So now what you're going to do is you're going to hear me say it, and I want you to repeat after me. One volunteer. Okay. You ready? I'm going to say it. Don't say it after me until I tell you to. Okay. So here we go. Estoy emocionada porque cada semana me siento más segura hablando en español. Right? So you hear how I said that? I slowed myself down when that comment came. Hold on. Okay. And then I want you guys to now practice it. Who's my volunteer? Who's going to go from estoy to español? Who wants to go? Who wants to practice?
I'll do it.
Okay, let's go.
Estoy emocionada porque cada semana
Let's give some love to Nini right now. That was so good. You sounded so good. Awesome. How does that make you feel to be able to say this phrase and actually start to believe it, right?
Yes, thank you.
Nada, de nada. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Danny, oh, I see Danny's hand raised. Do you wanna say it, Danny? You wanna practice? ¿Si quieres practicar? Okay,
Yeah,
vamos.
I was gonna read it more slow because I know I can talk fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
Que cada semana hablando español.
Eso es. You better go, girl. That you sound so good. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Person A, that's the first person that's gonna speak. Person B is gonna just listen. And then person B is gonna speak and say this. So take a screenshot of this right now. And I want you to practice it. I'm gonna give you 1 minute because I'm about to do something that I've never done on a masterclass, but I'm about to do it right now. Okay. So those that are on the TikTok live, we're going to practice together for 1 minute while everybody else in here, all 40 of you guys, okay, you guys are going to be practicing together inside of a breakout room with a person you don't even know. Okay. But you're going to say this phrase that you see here, those two phrases did everybody get it, by the way? Make sure it's in the chat. Make sure you copy and paste it. Put it in the chat, you guys. I want to make sure everybody gets it so you know exactly what to say. See? Okay, Jaleesa says C. Beverly says C. She got the phrase. All the phrases, right? You guys got it? Okay, perfecto. If you didn't get it, you can share with your neighbor, okay, when you get into your breakout room. All right, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to get into your breakout room for 1 minute. 1 minute. And I am going to set something up for you guys to where you have one person right there, literally is learning Spanish with you, okay? There'll probably be 2 to 3 of you guys, okay? Not just one person, but 2 to 3. You can practice, okay? And if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. Do the best that you can. I just want you to listen. Practice the Lucas method. Listen, understand what people are saying, and speak if you feel comfortable to do that. Everybody, you have 1 minute. Go ahead and get into your breakout room, and we'll come back, and we'll talk about how did that feel? How did it sound for you, okay? All right, go ahead. I'm opening up the rooms. Un minuto. You're going to choose in your room exactly who it is that's going to be speaking. And then you flip the script and person B is now person A. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And that's how you practice the conversation. Ready, set, go. Vamos, vamos, vamos. You got this. Go ahead. Get into your breakout room. Get into your breakout room. Vamos, vamos, vamos. Get in there. Quicker you get in, the quicker you practice. Quicker you practice your Espanol. We're going to move Rhonda to room 5. Let's go. Room 5. There we go. You guys are doing it. Go ahead. Practice, practice. Práctica, práctica, práctica. Perfecto. There it is. There it is. Let's go. 1 second. ¿Cómo fue todo?
Divertida.
Divertida? It was fun? Yay! Sí. Yes, Raquel. Perfecto. Very good. I'm so excited to hear that. Let me tell you, one of the things that I love about teaching Spanish is finally getting people confident to finally speak it, right? To finally get to that point to where they're having conversation. How was that specifically for you? Who wants to share their phrase now that they feel a little bit more comfortable? I love that. Nzinga says practice alone and no one was in the breakout.
It didn't work for me.
It was fun. Okay, but you did practice, right? How was that speaking to somebody you didn't even know, though? Was that cool? Yeah?
Absolutely great.
Qué bueno, qué bueno. Well, I'm so excited that you guys. Oh, look at Beverly says she had a great partner. They went over it several times. I love that. I love that. Put in the chat right now. How was that experience for you to be able to speak the Spanish, right? To speak the language and to have a actual conversation, your first conversation, right? Somebody said, Rhonda said, I was nervous, but I spoke it. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. And Nicole's like, I had a great partner. Nene says she had a great partner. You like this? Do you like how you have people that look just like you, that sound just like you? There's not intimidating, right? But these people are just like you, but they're all around the country. That's the beautiful part about Zoom, that we can just come together and put the state. I want you to see how awesome it is, how diverse we are and where we are. So go ahead and put in the chat, put the state you're from, put Vivo in. I just want you guys to see how awesome this is. Texas, Detroit, Virginia, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, Georgia, California. I'm in California. New York is in the house. We got South Carolina in the house, right? Virginia. So think about it, you guys. It doesn't matter how far you are. Okay. Sometimes people think, oh, I just need the person right there. I need one-on-one, in-person lessons. No, we literally are speaking Spanish right now from Massachusetts to Washington, D.C. right now. Okay, that's what we're doing. Perfecto. Well, let's go ahead and just finish up with our PowerPoint for today. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys have access to this. And you guys can be able to finally say you did it, okay? Because that's what we're going to celebrate right now, okay? We're about to celebrate that. Let's do one more recap. I'm going to say it, and then I want you to say it. Ready? Es un placer conocer por fin a alguien que también estás aprendiendo español, right? All right, your turn. Say phrase number 1. You got this.
Es un placer conocer.
Por fin
Hablando español. Your turn. Go.
Estoy
emocionado que cada semana estudiando hablando español.
That's it. Give yourselves a hand, you guys. That's what I'm talking about right now. You guys are amazing. Let me take a picture. This is what I'm talking about. I am so excited to see you guys are speaking the Spanish. And guess what? You did it. Congratulations to you. Let's give some love to our TikTok people. You can speak Spanish. Did you see what happened here 30 minutes ago? You weren't sure if you could even speak Spanish, right? Some of you were afraid to make mistakes and you were translating in your head before, right? But who was speaking Spanish and not translating in their head? They literally just speaking it. They were just reading what was on the screen, right? And right now you spoke Spanish out loud. Nobody can take that away from you. You understood another person, right? In your breakout room. You completed a real conversation. That was a real conversation. That wasn't for fake, okay? And you already are more confident than you arrived. If you can agree with me right now that you just did it, you can put in Spanish, lo hice, which is L-O and then H-I-C-E, lo hice. Or you can put it in English and put, I did it. If you surprised yourself today, go ahead and put in the chat right now. But I did it. I did it. Lo hice. Lo hice. This is something to be proud about, and this is something I want people to finally get in their head. Spanish is not hard. Stop saying that because your body is listening to you, right? If you say, dang, Spanish is so hard, it's so difficult, guess what's about to happen? You ain't learning. You're not going to be fluent, right? Because you said it was hard, so it's not going to want to learn it. But if you say Spanish is easy, I can do this. Puedo hablar en español fácilmente, right? Guess what's about to happen? Your body is going to respond to that, okay? And you're not the only one. Look at this. This is what our VIP students are saying right now. We got Sandra, who learned over 105 phrases. We got Nakia, who learned 150 phrases. We got JJ, who learned 140 phrases. We got Jazz, who learned 145 phrases. We got Darlene, who learned 130 phrases. And not only that, but look at Adriana, who's a nurse, speaking Spanish so easy. We got Brittany, says this is speed Spanish, right? We got Adriana saying, you know, this is really something that I truly want for my job. I want to be able to speak to my patients, right? And be able to go to that next level for them, right? And so one of the main things is people ask, well, what's next? Like, what do I do next? And every Spanish learner eventually chooses one of these two paths. They could either keep doing what they've always done right now and just learn alone. How's that working for you? How's that working for you? Are you fluent yet? Just working alone, right? Thank you, Johnny. I see you're a fluency follower. Kate, learning alone, you feel inspired after today's class, right? You practice a few days and then life gets busy, you lose the confidence, and then you start the whole process all over again. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like somebody's learning experience with Spanish? See? Oh, see, right? Put in the chat right now if that is one path that you've already been on and you're ready to get off the hamster wheel. Yes? Because this is where most people stay and they ain't fluent. They try their best to get fluent, but this is where they're at. They're learning it alone. Everything in isolation does not grow. Remember that. Okay. Anything that you put in isolation will not grow. That's why they say we need community as human beings in order to thrive and have life. But if we engage only with ourselves, we are not going to grow, right? So let's choose a different path. And that is to join the Fluency U VIP Academy. What does that even look like? Well, that's practicing every other Thursday. Andrea can share with you a little bit about what that is, right? You can speak every week. You can get the coaching that you need. You can get the accountability you need. And it becomes conversational, which is that live Spanish experience, right? That live Spanish experience that you've been waiting for. And this is how confident Spanish speakers are created, is through environment of community. Does this make sense? Put in the chat right now, which path? Is it one or two? Which one are you resonating with right now? Where you're like, yep, I like what I experienced today. Put in the chat. Yep, I see lots of twos. You're like, yes, numero dos, let's go. Well, be honest with me, okay? I need you to be honest. Honesta, right now. I need you to be honest with me. Did you speak more Spanish today than you did yesterday? Put C in the chat right now. If you spoke more Spanish, Don, right now, put it in the chat. Let me know if you spoke more Spanish than you did yesterday. Yes, I see that. C. And did I keep my promise? Put C in the chat. If I delivered, if I did what I said I was going to do, if I was a woman of my word, right? Because you showed up today for a reason, right? Who's saying yes? C. I see you guys saying yes. I want to welcome you to the Fluency U VIP Academy, because this is where the rubber meets the road, okay? Where you can actually have bi-weekly live coaching workshops, just like you experienced today. How awesome was that? Was that worth everything to you right now? To be able to have people that care about learning Spanish just like you do, that doesn't feel intimidating, but you have the experts like myself and other linguist coaches, right? That can help you as a busy adult, right? That's worth $297 a month value, right? That you can have inside of our academy. Our Fluency U VIPs are amazing. They're going to love you. And the second thing that we have in our academy is the personalized homework, okay? The homework and assignments that are accountable for you specifically. How many guys, if you had a homework assignment that was specific for you, for work, for travel, for ordering food from a restaurant, and you had a challenge every week, would that be worth it? That's a $97 value. Put it in the chat right now if you're like, yep, I just need somebody to tell me what to do. Like, tell me exactly what to study. Tell me exactly what to do so that I can get results, right? I see it in the chat. Yes, that's totally worth it. The other thing is that we have is our direct access to me, okay? Yes, if you want to have that one-on-one experience and get fluent in less than 90 days, guess what? Es posible. You can, right? But every single VIP student has access to me, and they are able to get all their questions answered, get the feedback they need during our bi-weekly session, right? And really start to hone in on where they're missing the mark. And that's $197 a month value, right? Just in that alone to meet with me, right? And then the fourth one is the private VIP community. This is something specifically that I put together when I started to see that people were getting fluent in 90 days in my program, but there was a missing component of a community, right? And so once they went through the 90 days, then they had a community to come to for accountability. And that's where you get the support, the encouragement, the accountability from people that are exactly like you on the same journey. And that's a $47 a month value. that you could have just for that one little piece. But I want to give it all to you, okay? I want to give you the whole enchilada. Can I do that? Can I give you the whole enchilada, right? Not just a little piece. And the last thing, you guys, is the Lucas method framework that I was sharing with you guys today. This is the phrase first fluency system. And I put priceless here because I wanted to share with you that this was not my idea, right? I was not born saying I want to be a teacher, right? Like God has anointed me to teach this language so people finally get fluent in Spanish. I can't take the credit that my maiden name is Lucas. You see what I'm saying? Which means Luke in Spanish in the Bible. Okay. So it's priceless because God gave it to me. God gave me the method. Everything that's different from whatever you've learned and whatever's being taught out there, nobody is doing what I'm doing. So I can't even put a price on that. When people finally have the light bulb go off, right? That Lucas is the way to finally get fluent. And the value of everything that I just shared with you is $638 a month. Now, you won't be paying near that today, okay? But I do want to just tell you that as you are looking at all of these things, would it be worth it just to say yes to yourself? Put in the chat right now if it would be worth it to say, you know what? Dang, she's over delivering right now. She's literally giving me all her secrets, giving me everything to finally have success, right? And so the goal is, I see it coming in. I see the comments coming in. Thank you so much. C, just put C in the chat. If this is like something that you're like, yeah, it makes sense. I totally get it. Well, let me tell you guys, I want to over deliver right now. Can I do that for you? Can I give you something even more better than this? Like all the things I mentioned, right? The classes, the community access, the homework, the direct access, the materials. I literally yesterday, Andrea can share with you, we just had our VIP class and I gave them a workbook for free that I usually would pay $100 to charge the public. I gave it to them for free about conversation starters, right? You get access to private materials that I come up with to make your life easier to learn this language, right? And so I'm going to give for a limited time a bonus where you get a one-on-one Zoom call with me. Okay. Once you become a part of Fluency U VIP Academy, you're going to have that bonus right when you come in the first week. Okay. And then I'm also going to give you a second bonus where you're going to have a monthly check-in Zoom. Andrea can share with you a little bit more about that and how that has helped her to stay accountable with her goals. Right. Are you excited about that? Are you excited about the bonuses? Tell me. Are you excited about the fact that you get to meet with me, that you get to meet with me every single month, right? Well, I'm excited to meet with you. So go ahead and let's go to the next level together. I want every single one of you guys to have a chance to go to that next level. Whether you're here on TikTok live right now and you're like, how do I sign up? Where do I go? Okay. You can't see my screen right now, so you don't have access. Only the ones on this Zoom right now have access. So if you want access to this, you have to come into the live. I'm not sharing it here on the TikTok, but what I am going to do is I'm going to give you the link. Okay. I'm going to give you the link to get into our Zoom right now. Okay. Let me go ahead and get that link for you. The rest of you guys, $97 a month. That's $4 a day. Okay. Where you have access to the classes, to the homework, to meeting with me on a monthly call, the school app, the Lucas framework, everything. Hover over this QR code right now. And I want you to put in the chat right now, put done once you get registered. Okay. And you get signed up and get connected. Also, you can go to speakspanisheasy.com that you see right here. Just click on this link and it'll take you straight to the link. Okay. For the rest of you guys, if you're on this, hold on one second. If you're on this live right now, you know what? You guys have been hanging with me, all 60 of you guys. You know what I'm going to do? I'm literally going to put it inside of here. I'm going to put it in the comment section right now. I'm going to do that for you guys. I just changed my mind because I said, you know what? They've been rocking with me. So guess what? You guys get access to this right now. And I'm about to put it inside of my link in my bio as well. As everybody's registering, once you get registered, say, I'm done. Okay. Say, I'm done. And then we're going to celebrate you. We're going to celebrate you. Okay. Go ahead. Somebody copy and paste this so I can comment. I want to pin the comment on here. It won't let me pin it. So make sure you grab the comment and I want to pin it so that every single one of you guys get in here. But let me tell you, this is not just the finish line, okay? This is the starting point of your fluency success. So if you have said to yourself, I want to learn language, I want to get fluent, I just lack the consistency. I want to be able to communicate. I just feel like I'm so busy. I don't know if I can do it. Twice a month is the time that I'm expecting, right? For you to meet with us. And so go ahead and put in the comment section right now, put I'm done once you're registered. And what we're going to do is we're going to celebrate you by asking you your why. Tell me why you want to tell me why, right? You remember that? Tell me why. Put I'm done in the chat if you registered. If you have, okay, Sherry says she's signing up. Let's go, Sherry. Yes, I love it. And Zinga as well. She says she loves my energy. Great program. I love it. Muchas gracias. Awesome. So 97 a month, you get access to all this energía, all this energy that you see right here. Okay. All right. So go ahead and put I'm done in the chat right now. If you enjoyed this masterclass, you enjoyed being able to experience this, grab the link that you see right here, speakspanisheasy.com, put it inside. What I also am going to do is I'm going to make sure. See, Daniel says I'm signing up. Okay, I'm waiting for you. See, Daniel, I'm waiting because I want to celebrate you and I want you to tell me why you want to learn Spanish. Okay. All right, you guys, let's go ahead. Let's hear from Andrea. She has been a part of our 90-day program. She's out there in South Carolina in these streets speaking Spanish. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear from Andrea and her story. We're also going to hear about what it was like to be in a VIP class yesterday, the resources I gave, how she was able to speak Spanish with her classmates. Tell us what's going on out there in South Carolina. Andrea, vamos. See, Daniel,
Okay.
get my
Yeah.
wallet. Okay. I'm waiting for you, see, Daniel, so we can celebrate you, okay? Put I'm done inside of the chat once you get registered and signed up into our VIP community, okay? You got this. Go ahead, Andrea.
Okay, sí, me llamo Andrea, yo vivo en Carolina del Sur. Yo quiero aprender español porque yo quiero hablar con mi esposo. So that is my motivation. So when got into Professor Chris' class, I wanted to speak to my husband in Spanish. He's from Panama. Pero, as I said previously before, he was very sick, and during his sickness, he would always speak in Spanish. And I didn't speak Spanish at all. I didn't use a couple of words here and there, but I didn't understand what he was saying. So that was my motivation. I said, and that was a few years ago. So you can imagine me searching, starting something, books, apps, whatever, and nothing never worked. We spoke English inside the house. But when I saw Professor Chris on TikTok and the way her system was, I said, this is like a light bulb that came to me because I said, oh, even little babies, they follow and listen to the little phrases their mom and dad make. And I said, yeah, that would be an excellent way for me to learn. So I joined the 90-day. I was been in the program a year and a half now. And it's just fantastic for me because I could speak to him. My goal was to speak to him todos los días, pero él habla en inglés. And then, no, 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 habla con mí en español. So we go back. That's a journey that we're going to take anyway. But when I got into the program, she made a framework for me where I could have phrases, 20 phrases at that time that I could speak to him about preparing his breakfast, getting his water, asking him how he's feeling, whatever he wants. Que quieres desayuna, so those little phrases like that, I was able to communicate with him, and he was so appreciative of it. So right now, yesterday, as per Chris said, we was in our VIP class, and she gave us a booklet that we can have conversations with, talking about shopping, talking about ordering food, just speaking to someone like today's session phrases, knowing, getting to know somebody, a stranger, and saying, oh, I'm so happy to speak to you in Spanish. So these are little bonuses we give that kind of like help us up that ladder to fluency. Yes, you have to study very, very hard. You have to be consistent with it. And as Professor Chris says, it has to be a phrase, 20 veces, 20 times you have to learn for it to stick. And that's the only way it won't forget. Then, I do space it out so I can okay, what was that phrase? a couple of days ago. And that's how I retain what I'm learning. So, and on top of that, we have meetings with her, so that keeps us on a schedule and accountability. Am I reaching my goals? How am I doing today? And she gives us feedback, which is very important. Not only she gives us feedback, but also in the community, we get feedback with each other. Sade, a linguist, also helps us with that. We have everyday homework, the preguntas del día, question of the day, we answer and go back. So it keeps us accountable, and we're always engaged, and we're always learning and moving up. So I'm I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Estoy feliz, muy feliz.
Give a hand. Let's give a hand for Andrea. Oh, Andrea is doing the work. Did that inspire you? Right? Put in the chat right now. Put C. If hearing Andrea learn Spanish, she's retired, y'all. Okay. She is literally learning the Espanol, speaking Spanish to her husband, and feeling more confident to make that connection with someone that she loves, right? Someone who she adores. She's now speaking the Spanish. Let me tell you, working with her has been such a pleasure because she actually does the work. Okay. She's a great student. Anytime I say, this is your homework, this is your challenge, she is already one step ahead of me. Okay. After I've told her some instructions. And so it's such a pleasure to be able to work with her. Hey, we got a new student. Let's celebrate. Guess who it is? Guess who it is? We got it. Callie Danny. Let's go ahead and give some love. Can you share with us? Tell us why you joined Fluency U VIP Community. Go ahead and put it inside of the chat, or you can unmute yourself at this time. We want to know. Who
I'll
can
unmute, I'll unmute myself.
Go ahead.
It just came across, I think it came across Instagram, and I'd seen it a few times. I've joined other things before. I kind of was a little bit apprehensive. I put it in my phone for me to join this for the first time to see, how it would be. We're retired military, and I work as a curriculum writer for the Air Force, and I work with linguists. And so there's Arabic and Spanish and Korean and Russian, all kind of languages in the office. I've taken Spanish because I was a teacher for 29 years or so. I've taken it in high school. I've taken it in college. I've watched telenovelas. I have some songs that I can sing in Spanish, but I'm not fluent. And it's because I have that speaking freeze. Whenever somebody that's a fluent speaker speaks to me, I feel like I'm speaking like a gringa, like very formally, and they have more of a native language. And so it's made me apprehensive. We go to the local restaurant here on date nights, and I'll order in Spanish, but I just would like to just become fluent. I'm in Texas. I'm from California originally. I grew up around, that culture as well. And I just think it's a language that we should support keeping because it comes in all shades, and we should be able to, keep that. So we
That
can,
part, right?
yeah.
That part. And look at this. Let's give a hand. I see E. Is it Kaylee or?
It's Cali because I'm from California. That's military talk right there. So
Got it. Okay. How do you want to be addressed? I want to make sure.
Cali's fine.
Callie. Okay. So you guys heard Callie, right? You heard her speak. Let's give some love to her because she's sharing her heart. She's sharing the fact that she's been exposed to this language and she's finally ready to be fluent in it, right? She's finally ready to say yes. So give some love to her. If you're on the fence and you're thinking about joining and you're saying, which by the way, I have to say all 50 of you guys here on our TikTok live, you guys have access. Go to the link in my bio. I just did something a little special for you. And I put the link inside of my bio. Okay. Go there and you can get access to the same thing that's on this masterclass, which is the link to our VIP community. I'm giving access to you now, and I want to celebrate you when you come in. I'm going to give you a call after this. Okay. I'm going to call you. So make sure you put your name and email, all the things in there. Okay. But go ahead and go to the link in my bio and get into our VIP Academy. You're going to love this. So hearing Callie speak like this and her going to that next level in her own language journey, right, is now something that is not just for her, but for everyone. So go ahead and hover over this QR code that you see. If you have your phone, you have the camera aspect, you can go straight there, or you can go to speakspanisheasy.com. For those that are ready to finally burn the bridges of the grammar rules, the verb conjugations, all the things, okay? Go ahead and let's learn a new way an easier way to finally get results. Kelly, I cannot wait to work with you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So muchas gracias. Thank you so much for entrusting us with your journey in speaking a little bit more confident, even beyond even your restaurant experience, right? And speaking on top of your tongue, like it just automatically just comes out so con fluidez, right? So I love that for you. Muchas gracias. Let's give her another hand, you guys, for being an action taker, because that's exactly who I'm looking for right now, are action takers. People that are truly excited to finally get this thing going and be a part of the largest fluency movement worldwide. Yes? All right. Now, if you are excited about joining something that has never been presented to you before like this, without grammar rules or verb conjugations, and you have some questions, put the questions inside the chat right now. The questions you have are valid, okay? Because I want to make sure that you understand that your questions are not intimidating to me, okay? And we're going to go over some questions right now for some people that are just still on the non-fluency fence. That means you're looking at me, you're like, oh, look at her teaching that Espanol. But I don't know. Can this be for me? Well, the first question I get all the time is, can someone like me really become conversational? Right? This is a question that you're asking yourself. And I want to answer it by saying, absolutely. Most of our students believe they weren't good at languages. They weren't looking for another Spanish class, right? I know that's not you. You're like, I'm done with school, right? They weren't looking, but they were looking for confidence. And if that's you, you've said to yourself, I want confidence, then this is the place. This is exactly what Fluency U VIP builds every single week. The second question that I get all the time is, how do I stay motivated after class? Okay. And that's exactly why Fluency U VIP exists, is because you'll never learn Spanish alone again. And a lot of you guys have been doing that haphazardly, going onto the YouTube, binge watching grammar rules, right? And not getting anywhere. But every other Thursday, okay, 6:30 p.m., we come together in our Zoom, just like you experienced today, and you'll practice with encouraging people that are on the same journey just like you. Every class is recorded, so you'll be able to look at it at your own time, anytime, anywhere, so that if it gets busy, I totally get it, you can jump right in. The third question that I get all the time is, you know what, Profesora, I know that there's so many things out there that I could be doing. How is Fluency U VIP different? Most Spanish programs, they just teach information. If you scroll on this TikTok, you're going to find somebody teaching you grammar rules, verb conjugations, okay? And we coach conversations. Like, that's what we do. And every other Thursday, you're actually speaking the language. And every week, you're practicing it. And every month, you're going to be growing with the language and the people that you're connected to. And that's why our students keep improving. Does that make sense? And the last question, numero cuatro, is, why is Spanish Fluency U VIP only $97 a month? I get this all the time where they're like, why is it so cheap? Like, why aren't you charging me $3,000, right? $5,000 to work with you? Why is it just $97 a month? Like, what's the catch, right? Well, let me tell you, that's equivalent to one dinner out that's gone tomorrow, right? Think about your receipt. It's $97, right? You ate, and then what, it ends up in the toilet the next day, right? So learning Spanish can change the rest of your life. Does that make sense? And I wanted Fluency U VIP to really be affordable enough so that you can stay consistent. Does that make sense? And I didn't want cost to determine your success. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck, is they're like, well, is it gonna be worth it because it's so cheap? It's literally just 97. It's not 5,000 a month, right? Like, why? Why is, right? So I want to just tell you that the reason why is I want everybody to be fluent in Spanish, but mama still got to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? I still got a team that works behind me to make all this stuff happen, right? So the goal is to figure out, how can I connect with what Profesora Chris and Speak Spanish Easy is doing in a way that's going to change my life, to where I, in 3 months, 6 months from now, a year from now, speaking Spanish fluently, not even thinking about it anymore. This is just who I am. This is the identity of who I am. And so hover over that QR code that you see right here if you're inside of our Zoom, and put I'm done inside of the comment section so that I know that you are registered in our VIP, okay? And you're part of the academy. Or you can go to speakspanisheasy.com spot, okay? This is the specific way of how people get connected. I get so many times people ask me, well, how can I get fluent? Well, this is how we do it. Like, we create community. We have students. We have a whole class. We have Spanish learning, right? Does that make sense to you? Like, the only way you're going to get fluent in Spanish is to learn it, right? Is to get the book, get the audio book. If you're on TikTok right now, get the Spanish Resume Easy, get the free audio book that goes with it, right? Be the person that burdens the bridges and says, I've tried language apps and I'm still not fluent. I've tried high school Spanish, I'm still not fluent. If you've tried all these things and you're not fluent, those have failed you. This right here, Andrea just said it. She's literally fluent for her world. She's speaking every day to her husband in Spanish. That right there is proof in the pudding. Does that make sense? And so you may say to yourself, well, what are you doing? What are you really doing with Speak Spanish Easy? And I'm going to tell you right now, I am building the largest fluency movement worldwide because God said he would help me. He told me specifically when I went viral on TikTok and have 600,000 followers on TikTok, he told me that he was going to build this business. And I believe him. I truly believe him. And so the largest fluency movement happens with people like yourself. So our Speak Spanish Easy goal is to have 10,000 adults speaking Spanish confidently, 100,000 conversations changed every single day, families reunited, communities connected, right? One confident speaker at a time. And this is not just Spanish for you, but I have no Sabo kids that didn't learn the language from their parents, but now you become a legacy learner. So if you have kids, you have grandkids, we're now speaking Spanish and we're living it for generations to come. This language can be passed on like an investment. You know what I'm saying? You know how you look at your assets and you're like, what am I leaving to my children and my children's children? Language. That's what you're doing. You're speaking Spanish. So if this is where you're at in your language learning journey, hover over this QR code, go to the link in my bio if you're on TikTok right now, get inside of our Fluency U VIP Academy. Or you can go right here to speakspanisheasy.com. I'm also going to put in the chat right now to make it easier for my people that are on here to just go to this link. And I'll wait. I'll wait for you, okay? Speakspanisheasy.com. I'm so excited to work with people like Callie, right? People like Andrea, people like Tika. Can I share with you guys something that happened this past week, this past 24 hours? I have a mother and son that are in our VIP community right now. Her son is 8 years old. His name is Isaiah. Precious little soul. He came into our community with his mom because they're in a challenge right now with his bonus dad. It's so cute. Just look at one of my, Instagram stories or my Facebook stories. You'll see it right there. But they talking about how they're learning Spanish. And for the first time ever, they spoke Spanish in a coffee shop yesterday to a Spanish speaker. And they walked away looking at each other saying, we just spoke Spanish. Like, this is amazing. Just in 2 weeks of being a part of our VIP community, they are speaking Spanish and learning how to communicate, right? How to communicate. All right. So I see Smack 219 over here. I hear people saying, hey, how do I get connected? Go to the link in my bio. I have the VIP set up for you right there to get plugged in. Okay. Or you can grab the link that's in my bio and put it in the comment section so everybody have access to it right there, okay? I want to make sure. Thank you for following Smack219. Muchas gracias. Go ahead and grab the link. It's the Stand Store link, and then everybody can get into our VIP right now. But think about that, right? You use bonus dad too, Kelly? I love that. And so I think we're going to win the challenge. Tika, shout out to Tika and Isaiah for putting in the work. They're literally putting in the work. They are learning the language. They're doing all the things, right? And the goal is for you to be able to say, yes, I can do this, right? Yes, I can do this. And so if you have been saying to yourself, I want to learn this language and I want to do it the right way. Well, be like Callie, be like Andrea, be like Tika, be like Isaiah. Know that it's your time. Tú puedes hablar en español fácilmente. And I want to say gracias. I want to say thank you so much to every single person that was on this live with me on TikTok, that was in this masterclass with me right now. And I'm going to give you one more chance to hover over this QR code to get into our VIP so we can celebrate you today. And I also want to make sure that you know what are the next steps. And I want to officially welcome those that are signing up for our Fluency U VIP Academy. First thing that's going to happen is immediate access. You're going to get access to the community. You're also going to get an email for the bi-weekly sessions. Our next one is going to be July 30th. Mark your calendar at 6:30 p.m. And then number 3, you're going to call with me. Okay. We're going to go over your fluency goals. That's what's about to happen next. Those that are signed up. And then 4 is vamos, let's go. Let's get the work in. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. This is a way that you can finally say yes. Okay. Let's go. All right, you guys. So what I want to do right now is I want to give you guys a chance to, I'm going to look in the comment section, see if there's any questions. Oh, wait, before I go, I was just talking about you, Tika. I didn't see you earlier. Isaiah, Isaias. Oh my goodness, we got to put them on the spot right now. Literally. Hold on, right? Hold on. We can't go nowhere. Hold on. Add the spotlight. Here we go. So good. I thought that I missed you. I didn't see your name, so I was like just telling your story for you. But wait, before you say anything, Tika, we got to oh my gosh, who is that? Let's see.
Let's go.
Constance, are you in here? Constance? Are you in here, Mama? Let me see. I know you registered for the VIP. If you're in here, let me know. Or if you're on TikTok, let me know that as well. Put in the chat. Is Constance with us, you guys? Let me see. Constance? Is that Connie? No, not Connie. Is it Connie? Or are you here on TikTok? Let me know. Where's Constance? Constance, I'm calling you out, Constance Pope, because she just became a VIP student, you guys. Let's go. Show some love. Show some love. We need to know why you want to learn Spanish, because I am super excited about seeing you in our VIP class. All right, so Constance, are you with us? Constance Pope. You can put it in the chat if you want. Connie, okay, you're in the TikTok. She's in the TikTok, you guys. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if I can put you on the thing here, if I can add you. I can't add you. Oh, man, I wish I can add you. Anyways, if you're on TikTok right now, you can see that is. Let's give some love to Constance right now. I also have another Constance. I have a Connie inside of our Zoom. Are you here with us? Is it the same one? I want to make sure. I want to give you a chance to be able to share with us. Can you unmute yourself? Can you unmute? Connie, is it the same one? I want to make sure. And if you're on the fence right now, you're on the non-fluency fence and you're like, I need to join too before she goes, okay? Then you're on the same one? Okay, go ahead and just go to this link right now. While Tika and Isaiah are talking, I want you to register. We only have a few spots left inside of our community, and I want you to be a part of it as they are learning Espanol con nosotros, all right? Go to speakspanisheasy.com, get connected, and we'll hear from Constance after once we get that communication up. All right, Tika, let's go. Tell us what's going on.
Hola.
Hola, mami.
We are currently on vacation, and it was a 2-day trip leading up to our family reunion, which we just checked in. That's why I wasn't on earlier. However, I was racing to get here because we do not want to miss. But yesterday we stopped in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And while there, we were in one of the shops along the strip, and I heard a Spanish speaker, and I looked at Isaiah. I said, "Go over there and let's try it." And he was a little hesitant, but he went right on over bravely. And what did you tell her?
Me llamo Isaiah. I think
When we initially said hola and he said his name and introduced himself, the young lady looked, she was like, "Oh my gosh." So I looked over at her and we started making small talk. I told her where we were from and where we lived. And what was the other phrase you said? A story?
estoy aprendiendo español. That one stays in my mind all the time.
Yes, it was just amazing. So I went on and told her I was a little nervous and that I was speaking. We were trying to become more comfortable speaking, and her and the other young lady in the store, they just looked at us and lit up. I was like, "Oh my." God, I feel included. So I was so excited. I wanted to take a picture with her, and she did it. And oh my gosh, we left out of the store and we looked at each other, and I said, "We did it." It was just a moment. I said, "Okay, we're really on it now. We are doing this." But yeah,
Love to Isaias and to Tika for stepping out on faith in their fluency journey and finally doing the thing, right? Having the vision. And
and
go ahead?
we have family members here now with us that speaks. She's a bilingual as well, so I'm anxious to get down there and let her know what we've been learning.
My goodness, that's gonna be so great to have somebody that can connect with you, right? And you can be able to practice your phrases with them. We learned a lot of conversational phrases today, two specifically that it's gonna rock your world. So I'll make sure you get the recording, okay, so you can watch it.
Please do. And look, on our way out, the young lady said, "I don't know who your teacher is, but you all are doing great."
She took my speech on the thing.
I had to put that plug in. I said, Professor Chris is on it with us.
I love that.
So
This is
yeah, I had to plug you out there too.
and I want to say muchas gracias. A big thank you to Isaias for doing the video. He put a shout out there for Speak Spanish Easy and tagged me on the socials, all the things. So keep doing that, okay? Keep speaking your Spanish. Keep focusing. And we're putting a shout out for IBTV. Okay, go ahead and subscribe and follow Isaiah because he's doing the thing, you guys. He's 8 years old and he is powerful. He's doing amazing work and how he's learning Spanish. He's going to learn this challenge. Look at him, just excited. Yeah. All right, you guys, I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I want to make sure everybody feels heard, feels seen. You guys feel like you had the time to get connected. SpeakSpanishEasy.com. And I want every single one of you guys that are here on TikTok Live to join us in our Fluency U VIP. Those that are here on our Zoom, thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for just being a part of this class today. And I want to just say from the bottom of my heart, it makes me so happy that you said yes to me today. So I hope you enjoyed learning Spanish. And let's give a shout out to Callie. Let's give a shout out to Constance for being a part of our VIP today. And I can't wait to give you a call after this masterclass to hear your reasons why, to go into that strategy call with you very soon. Book your call. You're going to get an email with how to book all the things, right? And I can't wait to work with you. It's going to be amazing. So keep the fire going. The fluency fire is you being a part of it. Muchas gracias to Andrea for her testimony. Let's give some love to her as well as she's a part of the fluency movement. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your Friday, tu viernes, y nos vemos en el próximo live. I'll see you guys soon in our next Fluency Friday class. Adios for now. Take care. God bless.